What's going on? It's your boy Coach. It is day 70, and so I've crunched the numbers, and based on what I calculated and how everything turned out, I'm in a pretty good surplus. It's actually the surplus I have from this week is very similar or close to the deficit I had in that difficult week and where I cut pretty hard. So they really kind of are in a wash. So what does that mean? Basically, kind of like 2 weeks, I'm kind of the same, which I'm not upset about. As a matter of fact, I actually got another opportunity coming up. It's actually in 9 weeks. There's a tournament that I need to get in condition for. So it's actually going to change a lot for me in the next 8 weeks or so. Instead of going 6 more weeks, I'm going to be going 8 more weeks. The type of training I'm going to do is going to also change. So the next maybe 4 or so weeks, I'm going to still focus on building muscle, things like my walks, low intense workouts. But yeah, I don't want to really tear down the muscle I put on. So for 4 more weeks, I'm going to focus on keeping what I have, burning some more body fat. Did I lose 2 weeks? Sure, but I'm also going to burn extra fat as I'm doing the second half of this 8 weeks, which is going to be more cardio based and get my conditioning up. Can you reduce fat in certain areas of the body, or something called spot reduction? So one thing I will say that in the surplus I just had, I'm going to probably notice most of the fat gain. It doesn't happen immediately, but within about a week or so of that surplus, I'll notice more adipose tissue in the midsection. Will it be distributed through my body? Maybe, but I typically put on more fat first in the midsection, and I'll typically burn it first from the midsection. Now, how that happens is really more genetics. There are certain diet types, and I'll say nutrition strategies you can do that may burn more in some areas, and I'm not really versed in that, but I noticed there's some like low carbs or different types of diets that can maybe help you in certain areas, but really at the end of the day, I wouldn't ignore that, because if you're most people are trying to lose and show a six pack or show abdominals, so they think, oh, if I do more ab work, then I'm going to see more my abs. And there's this old saying, abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym, and there's some truth to that. But if you work your core, generally you're going to build those muscles and they're going to look bigger. So in the bodybuilding world, they tend to not work as much core because you want your waist to be skinnier or smaller. And for me, in athleticism, I want my core to be strong. I don't care if it's, my waist looks bigger, or it has the appearance of, a wider appearance. Really, when I'm outperforming, I want to know that those core muscles are what keep my balance, really keep, impact, things like that, that I'm absorbing all that. So it depends on your goals. So really, if I'm training my core, it's because I want it for athleticism, not for physique, let's say, or a smaller waist or that appearance for the beach. So really, that's just going to kind of depend. So if you're trying to spot reduce, I would say there's a lot of different things out there that like gimmicks. Oh, you can reduce fat here, and how you burn fat in certain areas is, like I said, it's going to be more genetics. You can try some of those things. I would say that most anyone who tries those like scams, I'll call them in some senses, because there's different, belly things you can put on. And I actually do use a waist trainer. Does it help like with burning fat? No, but with my waist trainer and my walks, I don't know if I've shown that yet, but I probably maybe can put a clip in here of me doing that. Really, it helps me pull more water out of this section. So if I'm pulling water out of here, then it's going to look a little bit smaller. And that was for pictures. But in the, if I'm doing just a general transformation, I'm not really concerned with an actual look at the end, like how I did before, or like at the end of this, when I do the last pictures. If you tended to deplete and then go do something super active, you're going to notice dehydration. You're not going to be as strong. You're going to feel a little weak, or like I've shown in the videos of that last cut, you're not going to be your best. So generally, having a little bit more calories, filling a little bit more up, is going to have you with the energy you need to perform. Really, really happy with how this has gone. I'm actually more excited that I've had, these kind of ups and downs, to just show you that, there's days or times when, we have to not diet break, but we really have to alter our course based on life. So, I'm already doing that, and I'm hopefully showing that, it's okay to do those things. Like, you don't have to be so regimented where, you ignore and blind out everything else in life, because there's important things like relationships and, opportunities that, you might want to think about or take on, So in the end, really, it's learning the nutrition, how to do it, what works for your body and keeps you in alignment with your goals in that process. So, yeah, what happens to my diet this week? What do I change based on the surplus? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to keep my calories actually probably right where I like to have them. I'm going to train harder, like I said, this week. I'm going to actually got 4 workouts I'm planning on strength training. I got 4 walk sessions, some brisk walking to burn some extra calories. And right as I go to this upcoming curling tournament, which is on Friday, I'm going to be, a little bit fueled up, because if I deplete too much this week, then I won't be my best for that. So a lot of things going on in my life. Just sharing this stuff. So I will catch you in the next video tomorrow.